Live Drive Traffic, only on WKYT. Brought to you by Morgan & Morgan. There's only one local TV station with live Kentucky basketball, WKYT. It all starts Saturday at noon with All Blue Countdown to Game Time, followed by Inside College Basketball. Then Kentucky versus Tennessee at 1, only on WKYT.
On average, we spend up to 240 minutes every day surfing, streaming, gaming, and connecting. And having the right data plan matters, so why limit yourself with the competition? Spectrum helps you stay connected on your terms and on your budget with free nationwide talk and text, including Canada, Mexico, and beyond. All with no added taxes, no hidden fees, and no contracts.
Wait, really?
Yeah, really. Switch to Spectrum Mobile today. Call 888-218-5040. Plus, Spectrum Mobile lets your family mix and match data plans to meet everyone's needs, with data plans starting at just $14 per gig. And, unlike the competition, you don't have to get multiple lines to get our best price.
That's great.
Yeah, it is. Save up to 40% every month. Join the millions of customers who have switched to Spectrum Mobile. Get connected today with data plans starting at just $14 a gig, all with no contracts. Go to SpectrumMobile.com. Use the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator to see how much you can save and to find a store near you. Or call 888-218-5040, and we'll calculate your savings for you.
When I was in a wreck, it felt like my life was shattered into 1,000 pieces. So I called the hammer.
I'm attorney Darryl Isaacs. Solving problems is what we do. We'll work hard to put the pieces of your life back together and fight to get you the money you deserve for your injuries, lost wages, and pain and suffering.
Calling the hammer really paid off. They made the insurance company pay up. The hammer got me $800,000.
In a wreck, one call, that's all.
Call 800-800-8888.
Here at Hubbard Mechanical, when we say we only charge you for the services you need, we mean it. We've got the invoices to prove it. This customer was told that the repair was going to be $1,200 by a flat rate book. We were going to save them hundreds of dollars, but we ended up saving $900 because we found out that the parts were under warranty. This is just one example of how we save our customers money during their time of need. So next time you're in need, give us a call here at Hubbard Mechanical and see the difference yourself.
When you need a vehicle you can count on, trust Green's Toyota to be here for you like we have been for over 50 years. Hurry in for their huge President's Day sale. Save up to $5,000 off new 2021 Highlanders or lease for as low as $269 per month for 36 months. And save up to $3,000 off new 2021 RAV4s or lease for as low as $199 per month for 36 months. Green's President's Day sales event going on now.
Great people, great cars, great Greens.
Build your business with WKYT, and you'll get so much more than a partnership with a #1 news brand. You get premium creative on premium platforms for massive reach and real results. Your message, our audience. Email advertising@WKYT.com. Take the news with you on the WKYT News app, on your streaming device, and on your radio at 104.5 The Cat. WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good morning. I'm Bill Bryant. Welcome to WKYT this morning. As we come back on the air at 6:30, we have a lot going on. Kentuckians are waking up to our third winter storm system. This is what folks are seeing outside. Snow started falling yesterday evening. It continued well into the night. Crews are working to clear the completely covered roads across the region. And that's going on while power companies have stayed busy trying to get the lights back on for many Kentuckians. And here in Lexington, officials have been responding all night long to all sorts of situations. Our Andrea Walker is back out there this morning, joining us live to show us why. Good morning, Andrea.
Hey, Bill, good to be with you this morning. You know, we've seen on and off sleet out here in Lexington all morning long. We got here around 4:30 this morning. It is a little warmer than it was earlier this week. I don't even remember what day it was that I was live in the field at this point. Like I said earlier, it feels like this week has been a year long. But I will say I did breathe a sigh of relief on my way into work this morning because this last system was mostly just snow, which is good and much easier to deal with. Jim Caldwell, I know you're keeping an eye on everything. Are we expecting it to stick to just mostly snow this time around?
That's right. It's all the snow this go-around. Just plain old snow, no significant icing expected anywhere in the Commonwealth. There you see it flying on our First Alert radar network. The snow is not picking up in a dramatic way here in Lexington, not yet at least. I think we will get some heavier bands, but nothing compared to what we had during the overnight hours last night, though we could try to filter out just a little more accumulation when this all wraps up. Let's get a little closer. Let's examine it in Clark County. We go over toward Mount Sterling, Owensville as well, down to our south where you still have that wintry mix where some of the totals are getting cut because of the rain. You can see that here too on our snowfall forecast. This takes us all the way through Friday, but most of it happening today. And look, if you look in eastern Kentucky where we're getting that rain mixture, maybe 3/4 of an inch, maybe a 1/2 inch because of the rain mixing in. But we could still squeeze out another 1.5 inches, maybe 2 here in central portions of Kentucky and out to our northeast. So we're not finished with it just yet. Still plenty of time to go with this one, Andrea, so you could see the snow behind you and all around you. You could see it stack up even more soon.
Jim Caldwell, thank you so much. Real quick, I want to diverge away from weather coverage for a second just to get you up to speed on a developing situation here in Lexington. You may have noticed earlier several sirens sounding off behind me, several crews heading to an area. We know that we're hearing reports at this point of some kind of structure collapse. Details are limited. My photographer here, Steve Moss, did drive down the road, and he said that there is a parking garage that is taped off. We are keeping an eye on the scene. We have another photographer heading there now to see if we can gather more information, and we'll get that to you just as soon as we can. Now, back to Snowmageddon, which is what we're in the middle of right now. It's been years since Kentucky has seen this much snow and ice, especially all at once in one big round of systems. And, you know, it's wreaking havoc on the roads. Lexington police have stayed very busy, obviously. They've reported to about 24, more than 24 calls for crashes since this third system hit. We know at least 3 people are hurt, so we're thinking of them right now. The fire department is staying busy as well with carbon monoxide calls. They responded to at least 4 last night, along with a transformer fire and 4 injury crashes. The city is in a snow emergency at this point, which means you cannot park on snow emergency routes. Now, we do have a map up on WKYT.com if you need a little refresher on where those are located. The city is offering free parking in downtown garages as an alternative, so crews have the space to do the work that they need to do right now. Mayor Linda Gorton is praising road crews for a job well done. The city is also calling in reinforcements to help them out.
And so the other thing we've done is we've hired quite a few private contractors. We knew we would need extra help. And so far we've spent about $63,000 on private contractors who have all kinds of equipment to help remove the snow.
Now, of course, Lexington is not alone in all of this. Madison County is waking up to a wintry mess. I know that's where Bill Bryant came in from this morning. Thankfully, he made it to work safely. WKYT's Jim Stratman joins us now live in Richmond with an update on conditions there. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Andrea. And yeah, as Bill was coming in, I'm sure he could tell that the interstates were a little bit hit and miss at some points. I remember just driving down to Richmond myself. Some of those spots were fine. Some of those spots were pretty messy, and that's kind of a microcosm of what we're seeing all over Madison County. You look behind me here on EKU's campus, there's a lot of slush, a lot of snow still on some of these roads. You can see a plow going through right now. Driving through this intersection. I mean, this is kind of what we're seeing all over the place. You can take a look at some of this video from the Eastern Bypass and you'll see the exact same thing. Crews have been working very hard trying to make sure that they can clear as much of this stuff off the roads as quickly as they possibly can. But we're getting even more precipitation now coming down in Richmond, and so this is something that's going to be with us for a while. Officials are reminding everyone that if you do have to leave your house today, make sure that you add more time, make sure that you leave more space, and make sure that you give crews the ability and the space needed to try to get these roads cleaned up as well as they can. They've been working very hard and for a lot of long hours trying to do just that over the past couple of weeks. Reporting in Richmond, Jim Stratman, WKYT.
Jim, thank you so much. Now, we are doing our best this morning to cover as much ground as we possibly can to give you an idea of just what you're dealing with in your region, right outside of your door. We want to check in now with our Phil Pendleton. He's working the early shift with us this morning to give us an update on conditions out in Laurel County. Phil, what's the story there?
People here are waking up to a thin coating of snow. There are about 2 or 3 inches of snow here in the Laurel County area. We're here just off of exit 29 in Corbin. Interstate 75 is behind me. The traffic seems to be moving fairly good on that, although it's a lot slower than what it normally would be. Side streets obviously are going to be very, very slick and hazardous. And this snow that I'm looking at now just here at my feet and around me, it's like a very hard snow. It's very icy. It's crunches. It did come off the vehicle, though, this morning fairly easily, but obviously as power crews are still working around this area, they're going to run into more problems, more issues. They work through the night trying to restore power. We checked Jackson Energy's website. It looked like there's still about 3,300 or so people in Laurel County alone that are without electricity, about 16,000 across their district and from their multiple county area. But again, it's going to be slick, it's going to be hazardous, and people are going to have trouble here. People are getting out and they're clearing the snow off their cars and they're heading out, but just you're going to have to take it a lot slower this morning. Live in Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Phil, thank you so much. We appreciate all the work you're doing this week covering this winter weather. Kentucky road crews also deserve all the praise and recognition they're getting right now because keeping these roads clear has been no easy task. We're showing you some pictures now from across the region. Mount Sterling Public Works has been out on the job for hours at this point. Laurel County crews are trying to clear roads as well, as you just heard from Phil. They're covered in several inches of snow. We also want to pass along a warning from Berea Police. They are sounding the alarm about slick conditions this morning there as well. They do want people to stay off the roads unless it is an emergency. The Magoffin County Rescue Squad, speaking of emergencies, said road conditions are slowing their response times this morning. In some cases, it's taking them hours to get to their calls. They are using a side-by-side to drop off supplies. At times, they've had to stop and cut their way through debris, and that's something that we've been seeing quite a bit of. There's so much to contend with. Again, we're asking everyone to just stay home if you can, and don't forget to check on your friends and neighbors. Make sure they're all safe as well. We're in this together, and we're going to get through it. Reporting live in Lexington, Andrea Walker. Bill, back to you.
All right, Andrea, thank you, and keep us informed on that situation at that parking garage. We'll be back with you in just a few minutes on that. 6:39 is our time, and let's check in with Jim. We still have that winter storm warning in effect. We could still have more snow later today. We'll be with him in a moment, but Governor Beshear says Kentucky's vaccine rollout continues through all of this. WKYT's Kristen Kennedy is at our alert desk to talk about how he wants that to happen.
Well, Billy wants everyone to be safe. So he is asking people to reschedule if they cannot get out today. But for those that can, their appointment still stands. All regional vaccine clinics will be open here in Lexington. That means people will be administering vaccines at the Kentucky Horse Park. UK Healthcare's vaccine clinic is going to be open too. Baptist Health Clinics at Lexington Green is opening a little later than normal. They're going to start administering their vaccines at 10 a.m., and they are rescheduling anyone who had an earlier appointment. Baptist Health is just being cautious because of road conditions. We know that road crews are still working. They're still out there trying to clear all of the snow on the roads. That is why the governor is asking people going to get their shot today to drive slow, to be careful. And of course, to reschedule if you're not comfortable being out, driving slow, being careful. Good advice, Bill, for anyone heading out today.
It certainly is, and those shots will be rescheduled. All right, folks in states all across the country have been having to postpone the vaccine appointments. In this week's Kentucky Newsmakers, I talked to Lexington Dr. Ryan Stanton, who provides his expertise to WKYT, about why he thinks this storm will prove to be a setback in the pandemic.
The good news that may come out of it is the fact that with the inability to travel, to get out and about, and so many things being closed, we're actually naturally distancing ourselves as well, which may impact positively our COVID numbers even further, which would be a little bit of a silver lining in dealing with this.
That is the positive note. He does say it's disappointing that the vaccines are behind. You can see my full conversation with Dr. Stanton on this weekend's Kentucky Newsmakers. It will air Sunday morning at 6 on WKYT and Sunday morning at 10 on the CW Lexington. Now, let's check on traffic this morning for those who are out and about. We'll check in with Officer Don and see what's happening out there.
This report is a building collapse on High Street. So we got someone around to give you more information on that. That could affect High Street as far as traffic flow in the next few. Roads this morning mainly wet, slush covered from what we got overnight. Secondary roads continue to be ice covered and snow covered, so you know they're working on those. There's a collision inbound Nicholasville at Larkin, a couple of cars with the right lane blocked right now. Also on Harrodsburg Road, this one is just down from Lane Allen, a two-car non-injury. Of course, we'll keep you up to date throughout the morning. Now back to you.
Okay, so obviously still trying to get more information about that response to that parking garage downtown, which may be a partial collapse. We'll get you the latest information as it comes in. And Jim will have our weather forecast coming up. It's 6:42 on WKYT this morning.
At Baptist Health, we want you to know the facts. Visit BaptistHealthTalks.com to view a video of Dr. Paige Quintero on bariatric solutions for weight loss. Baptist Health Lexington. Be a healthier you.
O'Donnell Family Dentistry has expanded our office for you. We're excited to announce the addition of Dr. Bill Galbraith. We've got more space for today's expanding dental needs. From cosmetic dentistry, implants, sleep apnea solutions, and sedation dentistry. Now accepting new patients with evening and Saturday appointments available.
Brighter, strong, and healthy. O'Donnell Family Dentistry.
After an injury, you may be thinking, okay, now what? Some people think it will all just pass, but know this, that pain can last for a lifetime, and a lifetime is a long time. Others might say, my case is too small. Hell no. Taking a piece of your health forever is a very big deal, and forever means forever. Don't wait. Your time to bring a case is limited. And remember, all law firms are not the same. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Join us for the Lexington Invitational February 19th and 20th at Rupp Arena. Social distancing and masks required. Get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com or PBR.com and find out what it means to be cowboy.
According to U.S. News and World Report, 3 of the top 4 hotels in Alabama are part of the Resort Collection on the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, the Battle House Renaissance Mobile Hotel and Spa, the Grand Hotel Golf Resort and Spa in Point Clear, and the Marriott Shoals Hotel and Spa in Florence. Book your trip at rtjgolf.com and make your plans to play and stay on Alabama's Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail.
Hi, I'm Greg Bubalo, and this is Becker Law's Rules. Rule number 1, insurance companies are not your friends, not your good neighbors, and you are definitely not in good hands. Insurance companies are in business for their profit and fight every day to save money by not paying for your injuries. They don't want you to get a lawyer, but they have lawyers. So what should you do? Hire someone who's really on your side. Better call Becker. Just dial 3s.
President's Day savings are here at Toyota on Nicholasville. Right now, get monumental savings on our tremendous selection of new Toyotas, like up to $5,400 off new Toyotas. Tacomas are only $148 a month, and new 2021 RAV4s are just $167 a month. And 0% financing is available for up to 60 months. It's Toyota on Nicholasville's President's Day sale, now through month end.
Toyota on Nicholasville, where price sells cars.
Get WKYT news and weather updates on Mix 94.5.
Snow on our map here this morning, and snow reports coming in from the overnight hours. We've seen plenty of those. You look across Kentucky, all these little icons, those are reports of accumulation, and they're everywhere from this go-around. See them here around Lexington, out to our south, out to our east. But the one thing about this snow report, or this storm report, all of the icons you see this time here in central, southern, eastern Kentucky, there's snow. We don't have the ice icons on there. So that is where we are. How much have we had? Well, it just depends on where you are. Out in Broadhead, 6 inches. Stanton, 5. Somerset, about 4 1/4. Corbin, about 3 1/2. And then Lexington, just better than 1.5 inches, depending on where you are. Some of them got a little bit more. Some got a little bit less. And we still have some more to get through. So we could put those totals into the 2 to 3 inch range here very, very soon. And we adjusted that snowfall forecast yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening, to reflect more of a 2 to 4 inch swath for our area, with some of the heavier stuff down to our south and out to our east. And that's what's proven to be true now at this point. We will throw some more snow around. It's out there. We just got to wait for it to drive into Kentucky, and you can see more of that activity to our south with the rain-snow mix. See, that's cutting back on some of your totals. That's going to cause those to kind of slow down just a little bit in southern Kentucky as well. But what does it look like outside right now? Allie Blake is out in the snow. One of the, what was this, third event? Third event we've had her out in the snow trying to cover it. What are you dealing with now?
Yeah, Jim, right now we are looking outside and we can see it's not snowing actually right now. I want to show you guys closer to the light. It's like a light mist drizzle, hopefully not a freezing drizzle. We don't want any more icy accumulation on anything. Mostly snow is what we've seen overnight, like Jim mentioned, 1.5 inches to 1 inch, maybe a little bit over in Lexington. We can see that snow on the ground right now, and it's more of a powdery snow. Not really good of that packing snow. At least looks like I can make a snowball out of this one, but it looks like we'll see a couple more inches of snow throughout the day today, and we're going to continue to track more snow in the forecast. Jim, I'm going to toss it back over to you, who's going to time out when we'll see those snow chances and more.
And as she throws it away, I think she's throwing it at your car, Bill. We are tracking more snow, I think, into the afternoon and evening hours here as well. That's what the hour by hour is going to reveal for you. Notice out in eastern Kentucky, you get that transition back over to some rain or a good rain-snow mixture. More flakes flying, though, by this afternoon. This evening is just enough to get the roads a little dicey again. Put a little of that slushy accumulation down on the ground and around. And by the time we get to your Friday, things are looking better. Tomorrow afternoon, at least. Still cold, but we are finally starting to break up some of the precipitation. How much? You heard her talking about it, maybe up to a couple of inches. And I think there's a good estimate here with this particular run with the snowfall forecast. I think we'll get anywhere from 1 inch, maybe 1.5 inches, close to 2 inches of total snowfall with this next round that's out there currently. So what's ongoing out in eastern Kentucky where we find that rain? Not even 1 inch expected there on top of what you've already picked up. Again, that's all about what's coming. And let's look at something else that's coming. It's something different in our forecast, a system dropping in here, and the primary threat from it, rain. Sunday night going into Monday, you might see a flake or two mix in, but this is rain. Mainly rain coming into play there with that one. And that is part of a very different look to our forecast because you'll notice in our 7-day that we are trying to crank up the warmth. Now, it's not going to get crazy or anything. Not yet, at least. I have seen some long-range data that looks a lot better than this. But, I mean, 40s and 50s by next week, that is what we call a good thaw.
Yeah.
And that's what we need.
There you go. We'll press on through this. A couple of cold nights ahead before we get into that warmer weather.
So just focus in on that. Just prepare the best way you can the next couple of nights, and then you're in good shape.
All right, Jim, thank you. Our time is 6:50. One of the tragedies out of this is that an elderly woman in Boyd County without power or heat died due to hypothermia. And much of the county has been without power for days. Take a look at some of these pictures here. Trees are down, including on a house, on power power lines and certainly on roads. And many people have told us that Ashland pretty much looks like a war zone with all the ice. And Governor Beshear visited the county yesterday. He let folks know they are not forgotten.
I know sometimes it may feel in eastern Kentucky or other parts of Kentucky that you're on your own. You're not. The entire state stands with you and stands ready to help.
The Boyd County Convention Center is open 24/7 for folks who have lost power, and the coroner there locally is pleading with people to find a warm place to stay. The Kentucky National Guard is helping folks in 10 counties right now. That includes Jackson, Laurel, Magoffin, and Rockcastle counties. Guardsmen are helping transport people to shelters. There are currently 23 warming centers and 6 emergency shelters open across the state. They're also helping get medical staff to work. And if you do need help, contact a KSP post directly. We have a link to those numbers on WKYT.com. City offices in Berea will be closed this morning, and thick snow is piled up quickly there just about everywhere in southern Madison County. About 400 households are still without power. And Lester Bullen says he and his family could be in the dark for nearly a week.
We can only run a few things at once. Luckily, I got a generator to keep my refrigerator running, and we've been able to keep the TV and the DVD player so the girls can watch movies. We watch a movie of a night, and when it gets dark, we go to bed.
Just trying to make the best of it. Bullen says he spent more than $70 on propane yesterday alone. Lexington City offices operating on a 2-hour delay this morning. If you're working from home, you can, of course, keep your regular schedule. Lexington City offices on a 2-hour delay. It is 6:52, and we're coming back with our top stories on WKYT this Thursday morning and CBS This Morning.
For the first time in Honda's history, Honda has 0% financing for 60 months on new SUVs and trucks. 0% for 60 months. That's 5 full years of zero interest. Search your local Honda dealer today.
Welcome to 2021. New administration, tax law changes. What's going to happen with your 401k? Dow 30,000. Holy cow. Take a deep breath. And go to retirementky.com and learn more. That's retirementky.com.
Why is a question only you can answer. You know what makes you get up early. You know what makes you stay up late. You know why you want to make a better life. But sometimes you don't always know how. Indiana Wesleyan University believes your why is as unique as you are. You know why. IWU is how.
At Bluegrass Orthopedics, we are constantly striving to be on the cutting edge of practice and technology. This is why we're the first in the area to acquire the Stryker Mako robot to assist our physicians in knee surgeries. The Stryker Mako robot is the pioneer of robotics in orthopedic surgery and has the industry-leading experience in orthopedic robotics. This allows our doctors to be more precise and allows you to recover faster and with less pain. Bluegrass Orthopedics and Bluegrass Specialty Surgical Center, serving athletes of all ages.
I'm John Morgan. If you've been injured on the job, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan. Pound Law. That's all.
Na, 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 na. Hey, hey.
The world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate, available in the GMC Sierra. Current eligible non-GM owners get over $5,200 purchase allowance on 2021 Sierra light-duty crew cab models.
Oak Factory has furniture that you can take home today. No waiting on sofas, recliners, home office, dining, or bedrooms. Shop Oak Factory and take it home today. Oak Factory, located in Brandon Crossing on Nicholasville Road.
WKYT is your all-blue station, and we're live every Friday on Facebook to talk all things blue. Countdown to game time, every Friday at 3 on Facebook Live. Sponsored by UK Federal Credit Union.
It has taken over 70 years for Honda to offer it. Announcing 0% financing for 60 months on new SUVs and trucks. 0% for 60 months. That's no interest for the life of your loan. Search your local Honda dealer today.
Closed captioning on WKYT is sponsored by Cumberland Valley National Bank.
Our time is 6:55 on WKYT this morning. Let's get you up to date on some of our top stories. Crews are right now on the scene of a parking garage collapse in downtown Lexington. You're looking at it live right now. It is along High Street. We are not aware of any injuries at the moment. It's all being looked into. And that is the scene that we're staying on right now. Meanwhile, snow once again building up on the streets of central Kentucky. Some of Lexington's main roads are looking rough this morning. The city's snow fighters are switching gears to focus on the key routes instead of the residential streets right now. Early this morning, a semi jackknifed and blocked part of I-75, but the road is back open in Fayette County this morning. We do have a delay in the Mount Vernon area. We're continuing to track power outages across the Commonwealth. Power is slowly but surely being restored. Nearly 70,000 people are still in the dark this morning, but that is down from 150,000 a few days ago. The majority of the outages in southern and eastern Kentucky. Quick check of traffic now. Let's get in with Officer Don for that. Okay, we don't have Don ready. We will just tell you that throughout the city it is tough travel, Jim, because of the winter weather.
And expect that to continue with snow showers that will be lingering in the area here. Maybe some more light accumulations, Bill.
All right. Nobody's more up to date than you. Thanks for being on WKYT. Enjoy the day.